Well, good morning, everybody. It's July 5th. We survived. The campsite survived, except one jackass last night in a side-by-side had all their brights on coming down the driveway and blaring their music, their mariachi music, and supporting their Mexican flag. Drove through the whole campground with their music blaring and revving their engine. Other than that, as far as people staying here last night, fucking excellent. But as you can tell, camp is damn near cleaned up. Nature Nest survived another trip, and as far as I can tell, survived the crash. That there popped off. Apparently I didn't notice until we got up here, but it all closed up fine. There's the poor bumper. But yeah, we're about ready to head out. Hope everybody had a safe and happy holidays. Hopefully you'll make it home safe. One last look at this beautiful campground if you're ever in Idaho. We're in Idaho City, Black Rock. Like I said, campsite number 1 is the most sought after. So you're also going to get the most traffic down here because of the beach, which is kind of covered right now, but it's the main swimming hole for this area. And then, according to the Forest Service, snakes have been spotted up in the rocks. We didn't see any this weekend, thank God. But that's going to do it. We're going to be heading out of here shortly. Once again, hope you all had a safe and happy 4th of July and 250th birthday to the greatest country in the world. Y'all have a good morning. Have some biscuits and gravy for me. And chicken fried steak. Here's just a little bit of the ride out of here. Pretty well maintained forest roads. Some areas very bumpy and pothole. Like this area. And there's Sassenach Adventures leading the way. Never gets old. I think for the most part, a lot of this river isn't much more than knee deep. There's some good holes, like where we were at for swimming and stuff, but I think a lot of it's mainly knee deep, maybe waist deep at the most. So good for fly fishing, good for wading and cooling off during the summertime. An hour and 41 minutes from home, so you can't beat that. I think next weekend I might try to go up to Stanley to meet my friend Rose. She's up there. She has the ability to remote work, so she gets to go wherever she wants and enjoy the scenery and get paid doing it. Guess it's been about 80 degrees up there during the daytime, but 30s and 40s during the night, so guess I'll be packing up the diesel heater again. The wife probably won't go because it's too cold at night for her. further we get up here, the narrower the river becomes. So tell me, because I really don't know, what's the difference between a stream, a creek, and a river? I always thought maybe the width and depth or something, but does a river turn into a stream, then a creek, or a creek to a stream? Or let me know in the comments, because I really don't know. I could always ask God Almighty Google. But I often wonder that when I'm on these drives, and you look over and you got a nice wide body of water, and next you know it turns into maybe 4 feet across. But this is always the hardest part of going camping, overlanding. It's going home. Laying up in my tent this morning, just listening to the water from the river and the wildlife out there. It's so peaceful, relaxing. I almost don't need to take my blood pressure medicine. Like I said, these roads aren't bad. For the most part, most of it's wide enough for 2 vehicles, but you get the side-by-sides. They think they're God Almighty and own the whole thing and speed across these blind curves. So if you go on a side-by-side, don't be one of those J-holes. Because I won't budge. If I'm in my lane, my side, you'll become a hood ornament. Someone actually got up earlier than us and got on the road. Caught up to somebody. Oh, here's a nice bumpy part. That's nice of them. Sassenach Adventures and I were talking the other day. Got a question for y'all. When you go camping or overlanding, what is the one thing, or what do you think is the most common thing people forget to pack and bring with them? And what is one thing, if you had the space, that you wish you could take? For me, it would be a screened-in room. It'd be nice. I got a 270 awning. They make walls for it with windows and stuff like that, but they're all black, and that'd just be ungodly hot during the summertime. It'd be nice if they actually made a screen room walls for the awnings for the summertime. That's my one thing I wish we had that we could bring. I found a Gazelle screened-in room. They look pretty nice, but apparently they're about 10 feet long. I don't know if I get that much room in the bed. The bed of my truck's only 5 foot. I'd have to try to stick it up my little itty-bitty rear window into the back of the truck, but I don't know if it would fit. Thankfully, the one thing I've only forgotten once, and I wasn't too far from home, so the wife was able to bring it, I actually forgot my damn pillows. So once again, what do you think, or what do you normally forget when you go camping? And what's one thing you wish you could, if you had the space or if you had the money to get it to bring. And if you had the opportunity to buy it, if someone came by with a little mobile store, would you buy it at the campground? Kind of like those little food carts at the golf courses that go around, drive around the golf courses all day long and sell the golfers beer and snacks. So before I forget in this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Unconstructive, I'll look at it, I'll laugh at it. I might even take it to heart if it's actually true. Oh yeah, here's one of the washboard sections. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Trying to build up a channel for my retirement. I said in the past, my retirement 401k went towards 21 years of child support. You do the crime, you do the time. I ain't gonna complain. He's turned out to be a great kid. He's on his way to become a RN. He's got his nurse practitioners, I guess it is what it is. So I'm glad the money went to something good. Caught up to somebody else. I guess if I would have stayed up in the tent so long, enjoying the peace and quiet and the sound of the river and the birds, we'd have been a little bit further ahead. I didn't want to leave. Idaho City straight, South Fork, Rabbit Creek left, and Meadow Creek left. There's a left turn. There's some nice spots down here to disperse camp. Saw some people down here Thursday when we were coming in. Another bad part of the road. Glad I don't have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, the water doesn't look like it's flowing as good down here. You have a lot of fun with mosquitoes. Getting eat up pretty good last night between those and the damn horse flies the last 3 days. Seems like every day they're just getting worse. So, like I said, if you come here, or if you go anywhere, buy a couple of those electric bug zapper bracket things. Fun for the kids. One thing they know about this horse flies though, if you hit them once, it ain't gonna kill them. It'll stun them and get them on the ground. You gotta be quick to stomp them because they'll just come back, take off flying again. Idaho City, 12 miles. German Creek or Circle, 7 miles. I gotta remember that and look it up. I want to see what it is. Might be interesting. Down there, dispersed camping. Too close to the road for my liking. making the climb up to the peak before we go back down into Idaho City. Parts of this road gets pretty narrow, so be careful for oncoming traffic, aka side-by-sides mainly. Beautiful drive, beautiful trip. Minus the mosquitoes and the horse flies. I do have to give thanks to my cousin Landon. He's the one that got me turned on to overlanding and this kind of camping. The wife has always been a camping fanatic, but I don't like doing tents and sleeping on the ground. My poor body, my back can't handle it. But ever since I got this rooftop tent, well, you can't keep me out of it. Any weekend possible, I'm out. But we are considering getting rid of it and going with the pull behind off-road trailer, just for the convenience of being able to drop the trailer and then go exploring instead of having to set this tent up with the awning and everything and having to put it all back to go out exploring the next day. Which I'm fine either way. I like to go out and explore, but I also like just to sit and decompress and be lazy after a week's worth of work. But that, I kind of like having my rooftop tent all to myself. Being in a little pull behind trailer with the wife, be a wrestling match for space. Neither one of us are supermodel builds. We're fluffy. It'd be nice just to have everything in that trailer. You don't have to unpack, pack. Just close the doors, hook it up to your vehicle, and go. And then still have the bed of the truck for extra storage. And overlook.
Proceed on Rabbit Creek Road.
Could have came up here last night. Probably caught the fireworks down there at Idaho City. Now we're heading down. Weather says it's supposed to be over 90 degrees up in this area today, partly cloudy. Of course, that was last night, could have changed by now. I'm not sure what's supposed to be back home down in Nampa. Get home, get the tent open back up, let it dry out from the morning dew. Careful around some of these bends. There's no guardrails. You go over. It's not going to be a fun ride. this width road, I'm fine with it. Narrower shelf roads, yeah, me no like you that much. I'll do them. I won't breathe while I'm going across them, and I got death grip. I've noticed the older I've gotten, the smaller the waveless rancheros have gotten. My nerves of steel have turned into silly putty. I've worked on the flight deck and aircraft carrier for 4 years, ran an aircraft for 5, firefighter. Used to love the danger, the excitement. That little shelf road scared the living canoodles out of me. What do you guys feel about shelf roads? Do you mind them? Do they make your butt cheeks pucker like me? But you gotta do it if you wanna go, if you wanna get the scenery. I've actually sliced the sidewall of the tire, one of the tires on this truck, because I was hugging the mountainside of the road, and there's a tree branch sticking out I didn't see and punctured the tire. Definitely a pretty ride coming down this side. A lot of good overlooks to stop and get some good pictures. Sure we're down from the mountain. A little bit further till we hit the road, heading into Idaho City. That's a nice little town, little old town to go visit. They got a nice old, I call it like a pioneer cemetery back from the old gold mining days, silver mining and whatnot. If I remember correctly, it's over 10 or 13 acres. Big. Just be mindful, use the bathroom before you go up there, because there's no porta potty or nowhere to go to the bathroom up there. You can spend quite a bit of time if you're into that kind of stuff. We are. The wife likes to go up there, and we like to read the old tombstones and whatnot. Pay our respects to the pioneers that helped build Idaho. Yep, we're about 3.2 miles to State Highway 21. Idaho 21. All right, we're about a half mile to Idaho 21. At the end here, at the beginning when you turn, come up here, there's some camping spots, pit toilets, I think that area down here towards the beginning or end. is more suitable for bigger campers, trailers with side-by-sides, off-road stuff. Might be a good area for people to camp at when they're up here during hunting season. And so there's people all around.
In 1/10 of a mile, turn left onto ID-21.
In this part, oh dear God. Yeah, a lot of big motorhomes or trailers.
Turn left now. Proceed on ID-21.
Really pay attention to these speed limit signs because the sheriff here, they don't mess around. Even on the side of the road. Bandit Creek, Pine Creek, Thorn Creek. Over here is Cowboy Campground, Idaho City. I haven't been there yet. They just got a whole bunch more new full hookup sites. It's geared towards people with horses. They got corrals. I've looked at it online. It seems pretty nice. I probably might try to stay a night or two up there. There's really not much there for me to do. I'm more of a water baby. I like to be near water. But it's kind of within walking distance of Idaho City, which is right here what we're coming up to. And if you want to experience what an old mining town was like, and it's still still an active town, people live here. Some restaurants, stores. We like to come up here for the day and just walk around. World famous Trudy's Kitchen. Never heard of it till I drove by it. Gold Mine Restaurant. Decent sized post office for Inky Dinky Town. That's Idaho City. Blink of an eye. Idaho City Ranger Station, Boise National Forest. Another campground up here off Idaho 21. Grayback Gulch. Might be worth looking into. Creekside Campground. I don't know if that's privately owned or looks like it is. Creekside Campground. Got beer and pop and cigarettes. Little grocery store thing. Got some beautiful houses, cabins up here. There's a couple other campsites I thought there was on the way down here or on the way up. I was going to just try to catch the names of them and look them up, get the info on them. But don't know if they're further down or if I passed them already and didn't realize it. But we're currently about 43 miles from Nampa. The turn off to Roby Creek, and that's right behind me. That's a nice place to go down. We go down there off-roading come fall on that when the reservoir's emptied out. But it looks like I missed the other campgrounds I thought that were along the road. Either the signs were missing on that side. But I think that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like, share. Hope you enjoyed it. A little long, just under 30 minutes. But I hope you all had an excellent, safe, fabulous 4th of July and celebrating our great country's 250th birthday. I wish you all well. Love you.